could tell you lots of reasons why workplace wellness is really, really important. And probably if I asked all of you to give me reasons that you think it's important, you could give me even more things around this. But I like to think of it in three different kind of main areas. The first one is that sort of business model, the financial reasons that we should pay attention to this. And pretty simple. When we are well, we come to work. And we are more productive and successful when we are there. When we're not well, it affects all those things, the same things, attendance. We go on leaves more. We're not as productive. We're not as successful in our workplace, and it impacts our health. It sort of leads me to the second reason why I think it's really important, and the financial stuff really does matter. Like we're responsible for that. We know the situations that we're in right now. It matters that people are there and that they're productive when they're at work. But it leads me into the second part, and that is that we actually matter as adults in the building. Our health and wellness actually really matters for ourselves. We used to think about work and home as separate things. So we had our work life, something that we went and we did to pay our bills, to get by. And then we had our home, the rest of our life, like our real life. And when we think about it, we spend about a third of our lives at work. About a third of our lives sleeping, just to put that in perspective. So our work actually is part of our real life. And that, by the way, is average number of hours that people spend working is a third of our lives. So people, and I've seen the statistics about leaders in education, if we're doing more, you got to change that statistic a little bit. But let's say 1/3 of our lives is spent at work. It's also a place where a lot of people get to work in their passion area. And educators are passionate people. So we get value from that work. So it is part of our real lives. And even if we could magically sort of separate our work and our home, which we, by the way, can't really do, it actually matters for our homes as well. Like we're mothers and fathers and sons and daughters and community members and friends and all of those things. And if we spend our whole day at work stressed, that impacts our health, that impacts our bodies, that impacts how we are when we go home. There's no sort of dividing line that separate the two. We take that with us. And if it impacts our health, it also impacts the number of years we get to live and really, really important things. So we as adults matter. And then the third reason, I think this is so compelling, is of course it impacts our students. The wellness of the adults impacts the well-being of the students. And the other thing it impacts is their ability to learn, which of course is our business.